They are, aren't they? Of course, walking inside any theater gives me a thrill.
Well, it's been so lovely, Tony. I hate to have it over.
Oh, so it's over? Do I have to go right away?
Not if you don't want to.
I don't?
Can I get you a cold drink?
Wonderful.
I'll see what we have in the icebox. Care to come along?
I follow you to the ends of the earth.
Just a pinch is enough.
Why, it's very nice. You've done it quite simply, haven't you?
Yes, well, we couldn't decide whether to do it Empire or University.
So you settled for Frigidaire.
Yes, it's so easy to live with. Lucky you aren't hungry, Mr. K. Icebox full of cornflakes. Gives you a rough idea of yours.
Of course, why did they make the bottle owners for serious? I never did. Well, over my coat.
I'll take mine in a glass if you don't mind.
There you are, a foaming beaker.
And it's cold.
Now if you'll please be seated, I'd like to offer a toast.
We are seated.
Miss Sycamore, to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kirby. To you.
You know something?
What?
I wouldn't trade 1 minute of this evening for all the rice in China.
Really?
Cross my heart.
Is there much rice in China?
Terrific. Didn't you read the good earth? Oh, well, I suppose I ought to go.
Is it very late?
Very. I don't want to go.
I don't want to.
All right. Anyhow, when do you get your vacation?
The last 2 weeks in August.
I might take mine then, too.
Really?
Do you know what you're going to do?
No, I haven't really thought about it much.
Going away, do you think?
I might not. I like the city in the summertime.
I do, too.
But you always look to me, don't you?
That's right. Oh, but I'm sure I would like the city in the summertime if... Well, you know what I mean, Alice. I'd love it if you were here.
Well, it would be nice if you were here, Tony.
Well, you do know what you're saying, don't you?
What?
That you'd rather spend the summer with me than anybody else?
Was I?
Well, if it's true about the summer, how would you feel about the winter?
Yes, I'd like that too.
Then there's spring and autumn, if you could see your way clear about those, Miss Sycamore.
I might.
I guess that's the whole year. We haven't forgotten anything, have we?
No.
Well then.
Alice, are you home yet? Oh, I had this wonderful thought in bed. Oh, Mr. Kirby! I didn't know you were here. I was just... Did I interrupt anything?
Not at all, Miss Sycamore.
Mother. I just came down to get a play. And please go back to what you were doing. Here it is. Saturday's a holiday. Have a good night, Tony.
Good night, Mrs. Sycamore.
I believe you can call me Penny. Don't you, Alice?
What's that?
Oh, don't worry, Father. It's just... Oh, don't worry, Tony. It's just Father.
Oh, this time of night?
Any time of night. Any time of day.
You know, you're more beautiful, more lovely, more adorable than anyone else in the world.
Don't, Tony.
But what? Alice, just because you're mother? Well, all mothers are like that, really, and Penny's a darling. You see, I'm even calling her Penny.
It's not that, Tony. Listen, there's something I should have said a long time ago, but I didn't have the courage. I let myself get swept away because I loved you so.
Darling.
No, Tony, let me make this clear to you. You're from a different world, Tony. I'm tired of different people, and I don't mean money or socially. That's too silly. But your family and mine, Tony, it just wouldn't work.
All right. Have it your way. $1,000 a bulb. My mother believes in spiritualism. That's just as bad as your mother writing plays, isn't it?
But it goes deeper than that, Tony. Your mother, she believes in spiritualism because it's fashionable. Your father raises orchids because he can afford to. My mother writes plays because 8 years ago, a typewriter was delivered to her by mistake.
Like what of it?
And Grandpa, 35 years ago, he just quit business. Started up to his office in the elevator and came right back down again. He just stopped. He could have been a rich man, but he said it took too much time. So for 35 years, he's just gone to circuses and zoos and collected snakes. It never occurs to any of them.
Hello, children. Sure.
Hi, Grandpa.
How's the weather? Seems like a nice summer evening.
Yes, it's lovely, Grandpa.
All right, I'm off. Goodbye, Mr. Kirby. Nice to meet you. I've got a hot date with a policeman on the corner.
Policeman?
It's a standing date. 12:30 every night. Known him since he was a little boy. He's really a doctor. But after he graduated, he came to me and said he didn't want to do it anymore. He always wanted to be a policeman. So I told him, you want to be a policeman? Go ahead and be a policeman. And that's what he did. Say, how do you like my new hat?
It's very nice, Mr. Vanderhoff.
I like it too. The government gave it to me.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you folks was in here.
It's all right, Donald.
Reba just wanted some candy. Oh, there it is. Did you have a nice evening?
Yes, Donald.
Nice dinner?
Yes, Donald.
Was the ballet nice?
Yes, Donald.
That's nice.
Now, do you see what I mean, Tony? Could you explain Donald to your father? Could you explain Grandpa? You couldn't, Tony, you couldn't. I love you, Tony, but it's no use. It's no use.
There's only one thing you've said that matters, that makes any sense at all. You love me.
Tony, I know so well.
But don't you think other people have had the same problem? Everybody's got a family.
Not like mine.
Well, that doesn't stop people who love each other. Darling, won't you just trust me and go on loving me and forget everything else?
Well, how can I?
Because nothing can keep us apart. You know that. You must know it. They want you to be happy, don't they? They must.
Well, of course they do, but they can't change. I wouldn't want them to change.
They won't have to change. They're charming, lovable people, just as they are. Everything will work out. But besides, you're worrying about something that might never come up.
Tony, am I?
Look, all that matters now is that we love each other. That's so, isn't it?
Yes.
Well then.
Tony!
Now, I'd like to see a little game around here. A young gentleman calling and getting engaged and everything.
Oh, what do I say?
Well, first you thank the young man for getting engaged to you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kirby, for being engaged to me.
And then you tell him what it first was about him that took your girlish heart.
The back of your head.
Huh?
That's right. It wasn't your money and it wasn't your charms. It was the back of your head. I just liked it.
Well, what happened when I turned around?
I got used to it eventually.
No, we're pretty lucky, aren't we?
I know I am. I'm the luckiest girl in the world.
I'm not exactly unlucky myself. Well, I suppose I ought to go. Good night, darling. Till tomorrow.
Good night.
Good thing we work at the same office. Otherwise, I'd be stuck hanging around here all day.
Won't it be strange in the office tomorrow, just carrying on as nothing happened?
Thank God I'm vice president. I can dictate to you all day. Dear Miss Sycamore, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Darling, you're such a fool.
Why don't you meet me in the drugstore before you go to the office in the morning? I'll have millions of things to say to you.
All right.
And then lunch tomorrow and dinner in the evening.
Tony, what did you say?
Well, it was bound to come out sometime. In fact, if you own a housetop, I'd like to do a little
doesn't do you any harm.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Hello, Alice. You just get in?
Oh no, Father, I've been home for quite some time now.
Oh, did you have a nice evening?
Father, I had a beautiful evening.
Oh, come over here, Alice. I want to show you this new red fire we've got up. Yeah, would you turn on the light? Come here, Alice. It's beautiful.
What?
Look at this new red fire. It's beautiful.
Oh, Father, it